Alright, welcome back. Now that we know the engine runs, we can start moving on to some other things. I should be focusing on things like brakes and fuel system and that kind of crap. But I want to fix something that's been bugging me for a long time, since I've had this car. And that's the fact, if you notice, I don't have the hubcaps on it. There's a good reason for that. The front right rim has a pretty good dent in it, actually a couple little dents on the lip. Not anything that's going to affect the actual rim, but it's enough to stop the trim or the hubcap from actually being able to go on. So I'm going to fix that, give myself a little bit of a win before I get disappointed and realize the tank's bad and it needs all new brakes and all that kind of crap. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Try to fix an old dented up steel rim. Stay tuned. Okay, you might be asking yourself, why not just get a different rim? Well, I'd love to do that, but there's an issue. For one, these rims are Big Ford, which is 5 by 5.5, which isn't a common bolt pattern at all, but that's not the biggest issue with them. If you flip it over, see how crazy concaved this is, the actual mating surface? And there's a reason for that. I take you over to the actual drum. See how it's got, I don't know if you can see that, it's got a crazy dish. So the only way to get normal, pretty much from anything else style rims to fit this car is with a set of spacers, which okay, is a thing, but do I really want to do that? Not really, not yet. I'm probably going to have to do something because of the size tires this thing is supposed to take. I can remember what size that is. Yeah, these things are too crappy to see. Anyway, these are the biggest 14-inch tires ever put on a passenger car. So the only company that makes them is Coker, and they're extremely expensive. So eventually I'll probably end up putting different rims on this. We'll see, because it's going to be $1,200 in just tires. So for now, is to get this thing, at least to drive it, I have these smaller tires on it, and to make it look a little better, I'm going to try to get these hubcaps on there just to make myself feel better. So let's get to it. Alright, what I'm going to show you is probably not the best way to do this, especially if you're wanting it to be perfect. But like me, these rims are pretty beat up to begin with, so I'm not too worried about just getting them good enough, especially since the hubcap should hopefully cover most of this up. But what I'm going to do, it's supposed to be a 2x4. I don't have a 2x4 right now, so I'm using this block of wood, a hammer, and brute strength. So first I'm going to let the air out to give me a little less resistance while I'm trying to get some of these dents back to the way this would be. Like I said, I'm not going for perfect here. I'm going for good enough to get the hub ring on, and for me having to stare at these ugly steel wheels all the time. So let's go. Alright, the air's out. Let's see if we can start getting some of these dents at least good enough. This piece of wood is kind of rotten, which isn't helping. Yeah, okay. I need a better piece of wood. Hold on. Well, didn't find a 2x4, but I did find this, and I chopped it into size, and let's see if this actually works. Hopefully, we'll find out. It's helping. It's going to take 6 million years to do it. The question is that enough to get the hubcap on? Negative, I'm going to have to get pretty much the whole dent out. Alright. It's really close. Really close. I should chop myself another piece of wood. This piece of wood might have had it. Question is, do I use heat? I'm going to try a little heat just to finish it off. Not much. Well, unfortunately, my auto start clicker lighter thingamajig on this doesn't want to work anymore. So I grabbed a match. I'm not going for much heat here. I don't want to damage the tire, just enough. Make it a little bit more malleable. See if that does anything. So I don't want to put too much heat into this in case I damage the tire. It's actually working to lightly tap it with just the hammer itself. So I'm wondering if my brass, whatever, let's just keep on with this. Yeah, it's crunching a little bit. I'm going to try grabbing my brass hammer, see if that makes a difference. And again, I'm not going to say anything. I'm well aware this is the wrong way to do this. Anyone not familiar with the difference is why brass hammers are nice. Brass is more malleable than steel. So all your dents, dings go into your hammer instead of what you're hitting. That's why it's good for like rocker shafts, seeing if lifters are stuck, that kind of thing, because you're not mauling or putting gashes in your lifters or your rocker arms. It's all going into your hammer. Same kind of thing applies to this. Most of the dents are going into this rather than into the steel. One thing that sucks about that is that means I'm not getting as much of a swing, but oh well. I'm going to go for a little more heat, because a little bit of heat I did put in did seem to help. And I have better torches than this, but I don't want this to get actually hot. Well, yeah, I want it to get hot, but I don't want to actually damage the tire. So I'm going slow and low, low and slow. Just enough to get it hot or warm enough to actually make it a little bit more malleable, but not to damage anything around it. So, seems to be working, so whatever. It's going to take a long time to heat it up though. to the brass hammer. It's almost gone. Let's see. I think that'll be okay. So let's move on to a couple of these other ones. Not nearly as bad as that big one, but still there. Just a couple little guys. I'm gonna stick, just kind of messing up the steel rim a little bit. Seems to be working better just to lightly tap it with the hammer, so that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Alright, not perfect, not even close, but let's see if this guy will fit. Well, there you go. All the way on. Luckily these things just cover up all my handiwork so you can't even tell. Now that that's worked out, I think these guys need a little bit of a clean, so I think we'll do that next. Alright, these guys are actually in really good shape. And they were only on the road for 8 years when the thing was parked. So they're really just dirty and in need of a polish. So what I'm going to do, it's a simple diluted cleaner, and I don't remember exactly what this is. Something green, good enough. And then I'm going to use Blue Magic metal polish. This stuff works great on stainless, even chrome, that kind of thing. It works very well. We usually use it on everything. So first I'm going to clean it, then polish it, and we'll see what it actually turns out. They should turn out pretty good. They're in really good shape. So. Yeah, cleaning helps, but they definitely need a polish. So let's do that. First, I'm going to grab a clean-ish microfiber. Well, this is definitely more of the ish end of the clean-ish style. So, whatever. Pretty much all you're doing, rubbing this in until it changes color. Usually turns a blackish color. And it can take a while, especially depends on how bad it is. This, I don't think it's going to take much at all because it's in really good shape. Something with it's been outside for a long time, that's going to take quite a while. A lot of elbow grease, but usually turns out pretty good. I'm just going to spend the next forever doing this. Got what appears to be road tar stuck to it, and it doesn't want to come off, so I guess it's staying there. That's what it's supposed to turn as you polish it. It's supposed to turn a blackish color. Moves lots of impurities, polishes, does all that good stuff. These are like a metal turned or something because they have a bunch of swirls. Oh, it came off. Swirls in the metal themselves. Now, don't look like scratches. It looks like the process they used to make them. And it could be scratches. I don't know. Better. Like, kind of weird. The outside sheet here is much more of a chromy, and then this is like a polished aluminum. At least that's what it looks like. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way or not. Let's try with just this paper towel, see if it makes a difference. You can see it turns a very black color as you polish with it. So you probably couldn't see, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. There. See? Very black, very dirty. Yeah, it's like a polished aluminum type of look. It's kind of weird. But it is what it is. So not bad. I actually expected them to turn out a little bit better, but there's so much you can do. Don't blow the GoPro over. It's trying. Don't like that. Yeah, I think it's intentional because even the star, the Lincoln star, is chromed out, and the rest around it is polished aluminum. So I think it's just the look they were going for. Looks cool, I guess. Probably look even better if it was all chrome. And really, these are taking almost no polishing because it's already very clean. Just getting any impurities, dirt and whatnot off. And since it's mostly polished aluminum, there's not much to, or not polished, machine turned aluminum, is that what it's called? It's not actually like a chrome like you'd expect. So it's not going to polish up like a chrome, because it's not. Or stainless, I guess. Still, bit of a difference. Yeah, still working. I've kind of noticed it usually takes, there's usually residue left over and it'll haze up kind of like a polish would. Makes it easier to see what you missed and what did actually, it comes off pretty easy. So, a lot of it's still on my bumpers. You see where we didn't wipe it off very well. But this thing needs another bath anyway, so we'll get to that. Yeah. Big difference. Now I just got 3 more of them to do. So I will bring you back when those are done, and I'm going to put them on the car. Alright, after getting the polished and cleaned up hubcap on the tire, it really shows how dirty this old tire actually is. So I can't, my OCD just can't let that be. So now I got to clean that up. So I'm going to do that real quick. I figured I'd show you real quick, since I have to take it off, put the hubcap in anyway. Anyone's trying to figure out how to get underskirt's off. Little handle that's spring loaded. You just pull it. It's as simple as that. Be careful not to scratch up your paint. And it slots into the top. Pull it down. Boop. And that's it. Extremely easy. That's all it takes. So now, even though this tire is toast, I'm going to clean it anyway because I can. This looks so much better with the hubcaps on it. No more of that nasty grayish color they used. It really was annoying the crap out of me. And that's what the tire size is supposed to be. That's an original size tire, not an original tire. But this was the biggest 14 we could find just used. You can see how much smaller it is. That one's a 205 radial. These ones are bias ply and massive. But hopefully we can find some used ones. Either way, we'll figure it out. But yeah. So much better. Now I'm going to toss the other two on. Alright, well, little victories. Like I said, that was just something that's been bugging me for a while, seeing those ugly rims. It's looking a lot better now, and it makes me happy. It gives you, just little things like that give you motivation to keep working on a car. But I could really use some 19 by 14 tires if anyone happens to have a decent set of white walls that they're selling. That'd be great. So I could keep these original rims without having to spend pretty much all my budget to get tires for them. But for now, I guess this will have to do. I think next I'm going to try to dig into the fuel system. I've already, show you over here. I've already put a new fuel line in right there leading to the fuel pump. But that's about as far as I've gotten. I know the fuel pump functions, but I also know the fuel tank has a big dent in it. Looks like someone probably tried to jack it up by the fuel tank like a doofus. See if I can show you that. Yeah. You can kind of see it goes flat, 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 flat. Big old dent. But yeah, that's not good. And it also seems to have a little bit of a leak. But fuel tanks pretty much don't exist aftermarket for these. And this thing is absolutely massive. So I'm going to see if I can save it. Hopefully I can make it work. But I think next video I'm going to drop the tank and see. Hopefully I can clean it and save it. But that'll be for next video. For now, I just wanted to fix up that bent rim and get the hubcaps cleaned up and on, because like I said, it looks so much better. But appreciate you guys checking this video out. Like always, if you want to hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. Hopefully you're enjoying the car, because it's been a lot of fun. It's a really cool old car, really good shape. So appreciate you guys checking this video out, and I'll see you next time.